you could almost say, very frequently picked in the 300 MMR game, maybe less frequently in the top 1,000 games or so. But people know how Brood exactly. If you have the heroes to counter it, you mentioned the Mars, who's already really good with it, with the bonk, able to clear it out completely. There's still the outplay capability of the Brood Mother, where your hero is one, but your units are another thing. So you never stack them together. You never play them in the same area. Spiderlings can just chew and gnaw on this lion. They can remove this clockwork as well, who can't deal with it. Like, you can push them away with cogs, but your cogs are disappearing in less than a second once those spiders get to work. So both supports from 5ManMidas are weak against the Brood.
Yep, and you do get to control those spiderlings better right now. If you work the Dota2 config a little bit. And I'm still not sure what the official verdict is on that, or if there is even one, but you do get to tab control your spiderlings right now, which is makes quite a bit of difference in the effectiveness of controlling them and the ease of execution on splitting your spiders up. So
we'll have to keep an eye open on that, because you can almost instantly notice if he starts moving his units into 20 different locations to scout out for vision. But he is sleeping right now inside a web, because there's some ill-suspecting Brood being surrounded by 5 heroes right behind him. Olo walks in first, and that should be a kill right here. Brood Mother's got nowhere to go. That will be first blood picked up by 5ManMidas.
The void cascade commences.
Surgical. Very
Hunter
nice.
has been hunted.
Absolutely.
They...
I think they just targeted one person.
Can we just target one person?
That is exactly what happened there. Broods giving away that early kill. That's a good start for the Void Spirit to pick that one up.
Absolutely.
The bottle
excellent.
might be a big advantage, while Little Boy is taking some heavy hits from Athena. Nope.
Warden sniping away the rune this time on the Weaver. And it does appear that we have Mr. Destructoid commentating once again.
Oh.
Sorry about that, chat.
What's going on today? It strikes in weird moments. Everything is fine on my end, but apparently someone or something somewhere is disagreeing with me. So hopefully we can still enjoy the commentary plus the game itself. That's the most important part.
I'll just talk over you whenever you go, Robot. Easy.
Easy.
I
Kips
like
take
talking over you anyway.
I can slowly start feeling that we're getting walked over. Warden with this Weaver, he's capable of harassing this PL the whole time, but I want to see what Ray with this Clockwork can do, because Brood is still... he's okay at trading, especially when he's up against 2 melees. Brood obviously is very strong against the PL, but can he fight the Clockwork without the Spiderlings? Because he's still squishy-ish.
He is, yeah.
Lifesteal is okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Insatiable Hunger is not what it has been. Brood really relying on the regen from the webs right now. Can probably survive Cog's battery assault, but not very happily.
That's kind of the thing. Like, Insatiable Hunger does provide a bit of extra bonus damage, and it also ramps up the lifesteal. And Bola is kind of like a very soft ability. It's good to have 1 point in because of the raw damage that it applies right away. But Brood, until she's got like 3 points in the Hunger for the 80% lifesteal, that's when she can really start standing her ground, and that's like level 5.
It'll take a while. And by that point, of course, you're close to the spawn Spiderlings, and the dynamic of the lane is going to change very soon. Anyway, I'm expecting to see Lies move out of the lane roughly around that point.
We'll see if that happens. Bottom lane, though, Bolo will get a kill on Thana. So Gyrocopter left pretty much alone here. Little Boy looks like he did manage to spear the Ogre onto the trees under the tier 1 tower. So a bit of well, I mean, it's not too hard if you misposition yourself once, because Ogre's a slow hero. Lion's able to remove your movement speed with Hex. You've got Earth Spike to keep him in place, and then Mars can just spear you under the wall. Plus, the Bonk also applies a slow, so every time you're out of position, like Gyro's Courier, 5ManMidas can really punish him. But look at this. This is the first one. There's the stun into the spear. No mana into Hex. But they can just right-click away Bolo, though. Gotta be careful. Yeah, he's already dead. The Ice is ticking, and Gyrocopter is the one to actually get this kill. So if they did have one more extra ability, might have done a big difference. But since it's a kill for KBU US.
Back and forth kills on the supports here again. And now in the mid lane, this is a matchup where we do have the Resonant Pulse being able to be purged off by the Tornado, of course. So RL has to be a little bit more careful with his usage of that. But unlike an Ember Spirit, he doesn't actually rely on this to push the wave out. He's got his other abilities for that. Specifically, he's been using the Dissimulate. So he can actually avoid getting pressured into under his tower, whereas an Ember Spirit might not.
Doing a great job CS-wise. 16 last hits picked up, and the Invoker with Quad Swex 14 and 4. So both are doing a pretty admirable job. And you could almost say that every core in the game right now is having an okay time. No big differences here, except for the Mars taking a lead. And we've seen some pretty crazy Mars players in the world, you could almost say. You can see some Mars players are just absolutely rocking the CS in the first 15 minutes without an IO or with an IO, in this case without. Mid-low, good rotation on the Invoker, and RRL with the help of Bolo. That's a good play.
Easy catch. So much burst damage on a level 5 Void Spirit.
Invoker is not exactly the tankiest, despite all that HP regen Quas provides. You've got +9 from 3 points in Quas with all the orbs. And still not enough. Ogre getting speared around. Good body blocks from Little Boy enables that the Ogre might actually fall here. Bolo's out of mana with that previous rotation into mid. They need to get this kill before the Mars dies, and he does with the help of the Bonk. Now spearing away the Gyrocopter. Gets the distance to keep himself away. And one thing I do like about that is they're sitting in the trees. You did see that the moment Lion throws his stun in, Mars walks under the fat ogre to the other side to get the body block him once again.
Yeah, that was very clever.
Because otherwise you're just going to be running around the trees and you're here's pathfinding, struggling to get to the other side. But that Earth Spike actually pushes the hero up, so you're able to sneak under.
Of course, we may just see the anti-synergy of that later, with the Lion stunning people and the Mars spearing them out of the arena.
Yeah,
Your favorite.
That's possible. That is possible. Tiny Toss is also another funny one. We have a spear and a toss going at the same time.
Seen a lot of
yeah.
water fountains and Tusk, of course. It's happened a lot recently.
Little Boy and Bolo walking hand in hand out of this bottom lane. All resources spent. That actually leaves this Gyrocopter to have complete free farm for at least another wave. But Lion also TP's mid for a bottle refill for the Void Spirit. So despite Gyro getting a wave, they're also helping out 2 lanes at the same time.
Yep, and him getting first to kill on mid and then on the Ogre on bot was actually really great, because Athena was trying to push Little Boy out in answer to the fact that the support was mid. But no revenge there.
Able to go for a D ward on the top lane, make this area a bit more blind for the Phantom Lancer and his buddies. Lion also making some pretty deep moves. Not actually walking all the way top, so he's just faking that he was rotating top. Broodmother is still happily farming in the lane. He's not worried about a Lion. Now he's level 5. 2 points in web, 2 points in hunger. And you can see Weaver's also trying to give solo XP for the Brood to hit that quick level 6.
Exactly. Once the level 6 hits here, these lanes completely change. The Phantom Lancer can no longer stop the Brood. Ray gets one more shot, I think.
Little Boy might be baited a bit too deep. Warden TP's in. Zayn is coming in as well from the back. They've got the minus armor that slows it there. This Mars is going to be dying, but does he die in time? Because the Gyrocopter is also low on HP, as RRL is going to be able to get that one. Weaver walks on top of this Void Spirit. RRL still dishing some right clicks, but did he stay for a bit too long? With these stick charges, burn, stun, and Dissimulate. Still ticking, and the right clicks from the Warden. Nicely played there from KBU US, following all the way through, making sure they get 2. even though they lost the gyro.
Surprised he died there, but I guess there was just too long of a cooldown on that other Astral Step, because he had bottles charges still. Of course, impossible to regen while the Urn of Shadows is on you. Holding that big magic
Urn,
one for as long as
Ignite.
possible.
A lot of ticks to break those charges.
And the level 6 is here. This is now Broodmother's top lane. And I'm actually surprised to see that Little Boy went towards the bot lane first. He's going to have an armlet very soon. I honestly think that he could be on the top lane already, saving them from losing half of their jungle to this Brood. Tasty!
Solid gold. Level 3 Clockwork, even though he doesn't have the XP, he's got the money. Living like a sir. Bottom though, they're chasing up the Lion. Warden. A lot of Weavers these days love to hunt these early free kills. And Little Boy gets the arena with the spear onto the Weaver. Bolo might die, but Little Boy looking for some revenge on this Weaver. And again, a nice stun there from Thana just to keep the Clockwork busy just a bit longer. Doesn't get the rocket. And look at this, the Gyrocopter turning it around completely with a call down. Mars slowed up down to 100. Movement speed, armlet toggling, Warden on the side. Far away from the bulk. And he toggled through the urn. He doesn't need to. RRL rotates as well and takes down the Weaver. ILA trying to move away with the Tornado, keep them away. Gyrocopter low at HP once again, but he's going to live for the first, but now no spells. Everything on cooldown for the Void. He's fully committing to it, jumping back into the mid, and Thana is going to be there to be the target, but the Void lives with 100 HP. Oh, he gets the Remnant as well. The connection is going to be there with the spear onto the Invoker into the wall, and another one for 5ManMidas. And perseverance pays off for the boys.
Nearly getting caught on the tail end there as well, just because of his insistence to flat cannoning that camp there. I mean, it would certainly add a little bit of extra damage, but that was risky. And Brood immediately into mid. Sunlight is playing this one fast.
This is what Sunlight does the correct moves right here. He's not playing with the team, he's playing for the team. So he sees this long fight going on for a 2-to-3 trade. He hits towers, he takes towers.
Don't mind if I do, and this is huge. This is exactly why I was hoping that Little Boy would go to top lane immediately as soon as he hits his 6. Because if you stop the Brute from breaking that tower, you can actually control a lot of this area, and especially this rotation down into mid gets a lot riskier. But no, the Mars is engaged on bottom, uses his arena there as well. The Brute has a free map.
And Brood is very much enjoying it right now, building into that Orchid, getting a decent timer for it too, leading with a 5,000 in the first 10 minutes is a pretty decent time. Gyrocopter also getting some time to farm, and now the rest of them are fighting a Brood is actually wanting to join, but without the spiders, wants to create some of them out of the Clockwork, but look at that, just quickly evaporating Thana and the Warden, plus the spiders. That's the arena combining with Bolo's Finger. RRL with the first damage. That's a 1 for 3 for 5ManMidas. 2 times in a row now, Kips.
In that regard, they're doing just fine. But they need to get a couple more of these fights in order to actually attract KBU's attention away from defending bot, because if they don't, they'll still get choked out on the map here. Alliance does not actually get to put any more damage into the bottom tower, because that just shows up.
11 minutes played out with 17 kills on the board. A lot of activity. Little Boy, he is being focused up next. He doesn't have the bonk. He's only got spears. He wants to clear out the spiderlings, but they're still chewing at him. There's gonna be more of them coming out of this guy. Rotten from the core as this Brood Mother goes to work.
A very disgusting mental image you just put into my head there.
Yep, I think we're all around. Then, not everybody is. Some people might be loving Gyrocopter's Brood Mothers in their games for given reasons. Talking about the Gyrocopter is the build he's going for. We see the Aghanims BKB. So again, another shift into a different type of build on the Gyro. More traditional, more basic, farm-based with the Ags going up first.
Yep, and of course you disassemble that the Dragonlance for the Ogre Axe. Twice, if you feel like it.
Looking at the Invoker here. Potential for a kill. Easy goal. Okay. Little Boy was already thinking a step ahead with that spear. But that was just an Invoker trying to make a run for the Haste Rune. Bolo denies the rune and hexes the Invoker, and 2 kills. Voila.
And it's these skills that are keeping them in the game here. This Broodmother and Gyra are definitely out-farming them still, but the rest of KBO gets absolutely nothing. Annihilate has been shoved to the bottom of the rankings, and he is making friends with the supports down there.
Robots, on my case, I cannot hear anything right now.
You've been fine over here. I can hear production right now, but I cannot hear my co-caster anymore. I was waiting it out in case he would reappear during that fight and still be talking as fast as ever. Hello, there you are.
Hello. Yeah, I didn't want to
but
go.
He was not.
I don't think my internet can keep up with my speed, so I decided to just stay quiet and not ruin the team fight for everybody. So I just had a full minute of a full robot on Discord, so I felt like maybe I should just step aside for a second. Everything's working fine on my end, but I just can't hear anything except for game audio, so I don't know. Something is acting up.
Very unfortunate.
Anyway. Hopefully, I still get to at least watch the game. But yeah, that was a pretty hectic fight there for a second. Meanwhile, the Invoker getting initiated on in the bot lane. Little Boy and Lies will be grabbing this one with ease.
And they got the bottom tower down as well. Mars teaming up with his other core there. And this is all on Little Boy now. He's had a pretty good start. He's going to have his Blink Dagger pretty soon. And that's when it's once again Brood Hunter season as Ray.
Okay, well, he's dead. He's not gonna regenerate out of that. His support Clockwork getting burnt and getting tormented by shadows. That's not the funnest combination to be in. Especially if you're in a burning house and you're having nightmares.
Oh, please. That was my nightmare throughout childhood. You're really on a roll today, aren't you? First the spiders, now this.
Living through Kip's childhood all over again. I mean, we go to video games for escapism, right?
Yeah, we do.
I'm doing the exact opposite here.
As a little boy, I don't think he gets to escape.
Yeah, bad luck fortune for this Mars. When he stick charges, he's got this armlet, but try and juke all of that. Oh, he got one before the tornado connected. Can he do it again? Oh, can't do another. There's a bug, there's an urn, there's an ignite. Good luck trying to toggle that again. He got one, so that's a valiant effort, but not a second.
And important to note here, by the way, that both the Warden as well as Annihilate have an urn, but the Weaver gets to upgrade his to the Spirit Vessel, and Annihilate is just, I'm going into the Midas. I need to recover this game. You get the charges. Not very often you see an Invoker do that.
Very even game up till this point, but Kips, where do we really see the turning point? Is it Phantom Lancer picking up his second item when we get the Manta? Gyrocopter going to use BKB? I'm pretty sure that's where we see the big impact change. Because we've seen Gyros versus PLs.
We have, and it's ends in favor of the PL. Sunlight?
Talk about an FPS drop with all those spiders getting hit by Astral Step. There's a Sunstrike, Yules. Need to avoid Spirit alive for a bit longer, Dissimulate, and a zoning ulti as well from Little Boy. Suspecting that they might actually jump in or stay inside the arena. But they're happy to just dodge this one, despite Void actually using his DD rune. But it's not a big loss.
Yep, he is more than happy to get out alive there. It's got the Yule Scepter to make sure that he does not get chewed up alive by that Orchid of the Broodmother. And also an excellent setup tool for kills on these Invokers, on these Weavers, these elusive heroes that would like to run away from him. And after that, he's going to go into the Aghanim Scepter to be sure to be stepping on some bugs, whether that be, of course, Broodmother spiders, or especially the Weaver, who needs to be silenced.
Oh, diving under the towers is a big one if they can get this Gyro, but he's just baiting with him.
There's nobody here?
He spent everything, he's trying to keep me home, but he's going to get hit by the Tornado. Good night, Void. Simulate's going to come up cooldown, but he's not going to get to use it. The cast point on the ability, preventing him from actually using it, just gets hit by way too much stuff. Very, very optimistic to dive under the tier 1 tower. He gets the entire wrath of KBU US.
Yeah, if you want everybody to rotate top, that's fine because it forces them to play with the Broodmother. But you do need to get out in time because there's no way you're killing that there. He's got Axe Dragonlance. The man's tanky.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mission fail. We'll get him next time. Sometimes that's just the case. But hey, I mean, he did get the entire team to rotate. Sadly, they all have their teleports back up, so if something were to happen, would be able to rotate right away. Two disconnects players with some lag.
没技能了，没技能了，打架没我。
Maybe your internet connection is on like the same quality as the US servers are right now because we've been having lag spikes on the server all day, I think.
Yeah, it does feel like it, that there's been some instability in the air. Hopefully it
That's
doesn't
called
get too worse.
snow in your case.
I guess you could say it. Yeah, that was a bit of a, I wouldn't say blizzard, you know, just a classic snowstorm earlier on, but it's fairly warm where we are right now, so all should be okay. I don't know what is going on right now. I'm pretty sure that there's some goblin somewhere stuck in our internet cables right now. You know, those good old sauna elves.
I have been made familiar with sauna elves, and I'm unsure of their purpose.
So I'm pretty sure that any Finnish person has told you not to yell in the sauna.
Yes,
Good.
very much so.
Superstition
And
is in place.
to leave gifts with Christmas.
Well, out of superstition, back into the land of Dota. We do have a bit of a breaking point coming up soon. Broodmother, BKB, and a couple hundred gold. Gyrocopter, 1,000 gold short from BKB. What about our PL? PL is still roughly 1,000 gold short from his Manta style. So that's probably what we're waiting for, these three big items to kick off.
It is, yes. And depending on what Dad wants, he could actually have... Yeah, he's flying his recipe in already. He could have it right now if he disassembles the Dragonlance. And that would enable KBU to go on a double BKB timing immediately.
I would kind of like him to just hold on to it and keep that Dragonlance for a bit longer, because distancing is pretty important when it comes to heroes like the Clockwork with Cogs, the Lion with his abilities having a limited range, plus the Mars, and obviously, like, you could just, you know, if you just trust your Flak Cannon and your magic abilities more, but you've got no points in Rocket Barrage, so you might as well just keep on to that Dragonlance for a bit longer.
Full
I like the
attributes
idea.
right now.
He has the option for it if he wants to. Mars
Warden?
has... yeah, never mind about the Mars.
He's fine.
Kill. Mars is fine. Yeah, I was about to say Mars is parked into this tier 2 tower like any pos 4, pos 5 hero like Treant, Coddle, Lion, who wants a bit of extra farm for himself but wants to also stay hidden at the same time. So he's doing that. Keeping Brood away from the tower.
Yeah, I think Treant is the right connection here to make because Treant 2
They want to play
has
aggressive.
a threat.
But he doesn't actually have the spear, so he's just baiting the Broodmother for a second. All of his spiders are hugging the wall. They can't help the Broodmother. Actually happy they all stay alive because of that, so all that extra gold was not provided. They just get the Brood killed, they get to keep their tower up. They did take some heavy damage on the Lion and the Mars.
But another try at aggression and another try at making them lose their outpost up here averted, which is a pretty big deal because it's going to be super hard for 5ManMidas to actually take down this bottom tier 2. So outpost trade not too easy for them at all. It's just going to be a Phantom Lancer poking at it, who is, by the way, getting told by his Clockwork to go down there right now. But it's about the Roche control, and it's about this Broodmother that would really like to start taking down that Roshan. Which is a lot harder if there is still a TP point nearby for the enemy.
Invoker getting closer to BKB, and PL has also lined up the Titanic. Same thing for the Gyrocopter, plus the Butterfly. They're all basically going according to original plans and original builds. Nothing out of the ordinary. Not quite yet, at least. I kind of like the idea that we have like the locked-in best items you can build on any hero, blah blah, but nothing new, nothing innovative is actually coming out when they're just playing the meta, you know? It
Yeah.
works, okay? It works.
It works.
Like, I'm not complaining about that. But innovation is the true source of entrepreneurship and being a star. Well, talk about that. Broodmother caught, and all the spiders instantly removed. Lies will take part in this one for the kill. They got a second one. It is the Ogre. Double
Ooh,
kill.
and a third.
And a
They got the
hook shot
gyro.
nicely landed. They got the gyro with the BKB ready. Is he going to be able to have to actually handle this one? Look at this guy go!
Ooh.
I just have enough because they've got one, they've got two. And the turnaround is ready. 2 for 2. Bolo blinking in. He's got the stun, holding onto the finger. Warden now locating the Lion, now targeting him as well. The cold snap and the urn, and that should be enough for this kill. Meanwhile, the Void Spirit running out of mana. Phantom Lancer also nothing to give. And look at this gyro go. Look at this guy go. Slap and shoot and wreck and hack it. And getting everyone out of the way. Lion just fought back for nothing. And he might not even get hunted down for it because the Warden quickly scouts him out, forces him to blink away. 5ManMidas, everything has gone so well for them, except for right now when it really matters, it all cracks down.
They thought they could take that fight with most of their heroes, like both of their other cores not there because they took down the Broodmother already, but the support's absolutely melting to the flak cannon before either the Void Spirit or the PL could even show up.
And that's a worrying sign. Bolo, he just fought back, and that's going to be a dieback. Lion is gone for 70 seconds. Level 12 support hero gone for an eternity. A big piece of the defense missing for 5ManMidas, and KBU US with that fresh Aegis being picked up. They will definitely take this tier 2 tower, but they would love to take something more. Look at Warden. Warden and Ray. They're right next to each other's. Not getting the chance to jump in though. Top lane. RRL scouted out. Astral stepping twice. He's used both of them. That's a call sign for the Brute to go in. Gonna go for the chase. 18 seconds, no teleport. Tornado almost connecting, jumping a bit further. Sunstrike misses the target, but he's found him. And Void, despite buying time, creating space for the team, is it still worth it? Right now it is, because he's making them work really hard for this one. He's caught another one. He's got the Simulate ready. Tries to juke things. Going backwards now, going to the other direction, and straight into the arms of the Invoker. And he is dead, but they did get the Lion to respawn. They got the push mid-wave in. They got the push bot-wave in, but they are now susceptible to a high-ground push without the Void.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And I doubt they can do anything against this Gyrocopter. You remember the game earlier today where I was like, well, you know, Gyro does fine versus the Phantom Lancer if you're really far ahead. This man is a full item ahead right now.
Yep, that one comes from fresh memory. That was when the Gyrocopter didn't have to play from behind. This time, the Gyro being ahead, it's actually a pretty huge difference until this Phantom Lancer really gets the kick online. Bad is getting a lot out of this.
Yep. And he is getting alacrity as well. Look at him go.
Yep. There's no stopping this guy. And he also still has BKB, he has Aegis. They have finished the melee racks and they're out of there. Heavy damage dealt to 5ManMidas, who had been in very good control. But this Gyrocopter just simply getting way too much in a short time span. He's already at 18,000 net worth. He's 5,000 gold ahead of the PL. That's a full big item of an advantage for the Gyro.
That's huge. And this PL as well, his next item wasn't even going to be damage. It was just going to be a hard in order to stay into the fights at all. And he's actually queued up an Aghanim shard on top of that as well, which is the keep away item. Yep. They might get a pick off here though.
Yeah, it's a... Well, he's pushed all the way, but you're gonna have to use the finger for it. With a stack for Bolo, 100-second cooldown. Still, I don't think this Weaver kill is going to be enough to actually benefit 5ManMidas at all, so they're looking for a secondary. They've got the hook shot. One hero TP's away, nobody here, sitting under a ward. Yeah, it's at least they get the vision out from their own jungle, so they can farm or be in this area a bit more safer now, and potentially even start contesting that next Roshan, because that's going to be huge. They need to.
They cannot allow this Gyrocopter to get a second Aegis. They would require so much investment to take it down twice. Are they gonna try for it though? Little boy,
Found
looking.
both of them. Nice, Bolo. He's got the Hex and the Gyro. Stun's going to be available. That's death number 1. He's got nobody nearby. There's a big army of spiders right next to the base, but it doesn't matter. Gyrocopter is in trouble.
Dire's middle tower is under
He's
attack.
being rescued by the tornado, and oh, here are the spiders chewing onto the lion and sunlight. Oh, 1 versus 3. Honest. You can say that's an honest brawl. Oh, just broodmother things.
Just Broodmother things. At the very least, that BKB is now on cooldown for just a lion. But yeah, you're once again squeezed all the way into your base as 5ManMidas. And all you got for it was an Aegis.
Selfish.
Oh, that's another head scalp.
Dire's bottom
Lion
tower is under attack.
had a couple deaths this far. This is not the Yarn Lion, unfortunately. But 5ManMidas hasn't really got to play the
Dire's bottom
aggressors
tower has
in the
fallen.
last 8 minutes, you could almost say.
Yeah.
7,
For
8
sure.
minutes-ish.
Ooh, and the Warden is flying in his Aghanim Scepter now. If you thought this Gyrocopter was hard to kill
Dire's
before,
bottom tower is under
it is
attack.
now doubly as hard. Who needs an Aegis when your Weaver can just time-lapse you right on back?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Spells more trouble for 5ManMidas. If Char was a problem, now it's an even bigger problem. At some point, you're gonna have to start working out that to-do list.
Yeah, well, where does a problem go? Does it evolve to deal breaker?
There's a big chance that you fix one problem, it creates 2 more. So,
Tweaks myself.
since we're playing against a Weaver and a Broodmother, are we looking for a bug fix? I can find my way out. That's...
Thank you. Don't let the door hit you.
Had to get that out of my system. Whew.
You know, that was pretty nice though. Like, and I do think they'd appreciate a bug fix right about now, but I don't think there is an easy way. It was really all just Mars, and this Mars hasn't had good enough of a game to actually build into damage. He's had a hard enough time just surviving, so he's got a BKB now. That's gonna help him decently to get back out after he went in for the first time,
Dire's
but
middle tower is under attack.
it's not the same as being able to take down this Gyro with all of the help that he's
Yep,
got right now.
5ManMidas onto the high ground. There's an ogre to visit them and stunt the face. Spiders following up, and Bolo, he's gonna get lucky with this one because he lives through it. Ray doesn't. Warden's gonna be chewing him up alive. They will get a response kill on the ogre. RL feeding back to the high ground. Very spread out KUUS in that moment, allowing 5ManMidas to actually recover with a kill from that. That should have meant 3-4 heroes dead if they were clumped up closer to each other's.
Yep, and it would have been really nice if they got to actually respond here by putting some vision down, maybe actually reconquering their triangle, but instead the Warden just puts another ward down. And I'm not sure where the PL is going to buy his Reaver now.
There's a Cloak of Flames in the dire jungle next to Little Boy. You mind picking it up? No? Oh, he just walked on top of it. He walked past it.
Bolo pinged it, I think.
He literally walked on top of it and just kept on going. Oh well. Who doesn't mind a Cloak of Flames? Just another tool to, kill spiders, more magic resistance.
Armor
But
for Gyro?
he goes in and he shows who the true alpha is. He throws in the spear outside of the arena. And that is going to be chasing up this Mars one hit after the other. The Alacrity does a lot of work. Clockwork trying to make his way back to the high ground, but he's not going to be able to. The Force Staff doesn't bring him far enough. And now the Void Spirit going to assimilate. He's got himself the Astral Steps back to the high ground. He goes. But Rocket will not connect either. Lies. Got a lot in his hands right now and holding this base together because KBUUS, they got 1 kill, but they have also run out of BKB charges, so they're backing out.
Yeah, they have to. Lies with a distraction over on the top lane actually got his heart back together, and now his land spam is pretty terrifying. If you don't have enough damage to chew through that straight up.
Oh, Lies goes in though. He wants to work out this ogre first, and Lion also going to be traded. simultaneously finally gets the ogre kill to happen, but look at
Iron
that chase
Iolates?
going all the way to the low ground as it keeps on going, and another buyback coming in from Bolo. Iron Island, he's down to 900 HP. The BKB is going to be up on the Gyrocopter in 10 seconds. He's also going to Satanic ready. He takes down that Lion. He's already died back into this fight. Clockwork trying to make a run for it. He's being soul burned. He is orchided. He's going to get also pushed onto the tier 3 tower. The Broodmother is going to be falling first, and the Sunstrike inside the base, but it doesn't actually connect onto anybody. Lies goes in for another round. He's looking for the ward with the Reaver here, pushing him away, but the Gyrocopter's completely out of mana. At the same time, Lies, can he keep on forcing this Gyrocopter issue? 250 movement speed. Diffusal up in 3 seconds. As soon as he pops that, might even have to port the BKB on the Gyrocopter. Is he going to be able to? He gets it. As he dodges another spear, the Tornado will be flying inside. Will only be hitting onto the PL Illusions. And then Arena runs out. It runs its course. RRL unable to keep on chasing this Gyro. They still can't get him killed. And here you can see the replay of the team fight too. A lot of hectic chaos at the start there. That was when the Ogre died. Lion had bought back. And you can just see Little Boy barely makes his way out. Clockwork unable to retreat. And leaving the Void all by himself onto the low ground there.
Yep. But all of the BKBs timing out there was definitely the thing that set up for the long chase from Lies afterwards. Although you were saying Gyrocopter's out of mana as if that was a bad thing for him. I think if he has mana, he dies. And instead, the Gyrocopter is just being tickled by the Phantom Lancer because he doesn't actually have any damage after the diffuser runs its
that's the
course.
downside. That's the downside. Once Gyro runs out of mana, PL also does half the damage at that point. So it's a big nerf too, what he's kind of facing forward to. And yeah, in that last fight, that was actually the what sparked the entire team fight to go, and that was before the Lion dieback. But it doesn't matter. Fight's already been dealt with. We're heading over to the next one. RL goes into the pit. He drops it. He gets the kill. Rekicks the Aegis as well. He's taking it all for himself, and he's now looking, should we continue fighting or not? They've got the Ogre on the high ground. Bolo with a finger. 40 HP remaining. Right-clicks him down to death, and the Aegis will be burned by Sunlight. Anna coming in from the side of the BKB. Ready from the Gyrocopter 2. He's going to be using it at least. The hookshot's going to be missing too. Void Spirit trying to make his run away with that silence. Still taking on it, but the force step will be there. Even the AI is trying to intervene with the Centaur stun, but it's not going to connect onto anyone. Bolo throws in the dust to connect onto the Weaver. FPL jumping onto the low ground, targeting one. He's finding the Brood, but the Brood is all over himself. And Sunlight's going to be in big trouble. He's going to be losing his life here. He's not going to stand his ground for long enough as 5ManMidas. 2 kills more. And an important Roche steal you cannot highlight. We talked about this, Kips, how big it is for them to contest Roshan, but to them actually take it in front of KBUS's eyes, impeccable timing.
Excellent. And that go from Little Boy at the end there, him jumping onto the Weaver is not just to get a bonus kill, but it also means that they have no way to actually save the Broodmother. That Weaver never got his time-lapse off.
Look at this. Just look at that. Tornado missed, but the BKB popped double silences onto everybody. Everyone's clicking on the ground. Where's the Aegis? Where's the Aegis? And it's the Void to pick it up first.
Now Lies with his lance spam is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. Sure, this Gyro is an item ahead, but oh no, RL.
Oh. He's got Yules.
No.
But is he going to get to use it? Nuh-uh. Not lucky with the ticks. Not lucky with the ticks. There was a short moment he might have actually been able to cast the Yules off, but no. Not given.
Look here, they go on the side. Weaver getting bounced off the walls, hexed while the Broodmother dies. Removes any kind of possibility of the continuation from KBU.
And a bit of a pause, so we also get a big breather moment for the players, because this has been pretty hectic, just like our series before this one. A lot of brawling, a lot of fighting, but this one seems to still be anybody's game, despite 5ManMidas having to fight from inside their base, or in front of the base at least. But that last Roche, they really bought some time for themselves.
They sure did. The PL is going to be big enough soon that they can't really take him down anymore. And even though he's not building straight damage still, he could actually go for the critical strike once he gets to it. Unless it was Doppelganger CD. And of course, since he is very much a stat-based hero, this Skadi is also going to add some nice DPS for him to the tally.
Might as well take a quick glimpse at the graphs. Not just our hero net worths on the side, but also our lovely curves brought to you by Seek and Strike. 63% is our current forecast. It was up to 75% at some point, but it is a 9,000 gold lead for the Radiant, and XP, that's a bit under 1,000 experience. So Gyrocopter is the only one who hits level 25 on his talents, but look at that, they're actually pushing high ground at the same time. They've got the Mars control, he's Cold Snap, Meatball's gonna be there too, but the damage isn't enough with the Flak Cannon. He has to turn around the spiders and two in the Sunstrike. Oh, he dodges everything. The Mars gets to live. The Mars gets to live.
Excellently done. And that is, I think, another attempt at a siege survived. If he dies there, the Gyrocopter stays.
Turn around. That Flak Cannon sudden burst was just... It just came out of nowhere, and I think Dad also recognized the same, that if I just quickly punch in a couple extra hits, I could kill this this Mars, but the Sunstrike also almost on point, but he recognized it can't be this easy to get out. Never leave things halfway.
Always swerve.
Well-gotten gains.
Now it's just a
Nice.
waiting game.
Yeah, he had his courier hidden over in the side, and now he's sneaking it into the shop. Full
Scotty.
Scotty on board.
Very nice. Scotty, Heart, Manta, Diffusal on the PL. That brings an extra 700 HP for the Phantom Lancer.
Full 4K, 35 armor under the towers. He's doing just fine. And of course he gets a bonus armor from the rush as well.
I think it just really comes down to who kills the other team supports first, because the PL and the Gyro just kind of... They don't even counter each other's anymore. They just kill the other team. Oh, Annihilate. The setup, it was almost perfect. RRL. Just a tiny bit too hasty here, but they're going to be smoked up from the back. KBU, can they surprise them? They're under a ward as well. I don't think they saw the Weaver. They might have actually caught the Weaver, but they do see him open the lane. They thought that this guy could be alive here, but he's not going to be. He's not going to survive out of this one. Look at that. He's throwing the Black Cannon. A lot of damage is playing prone, but that spear also interrupting him for a second, but they get the Void Spirit, so it's a mid for a mid. Can they get more? Ray is dropping. Ray is dead. Double kill for the Broodmother. This offlane Brood is also a danger when it comes to fights like this, which are so hectic and chaotic, that this Brood and his spider army, or her spider army, has so much free roam and free reign.
Yep, and in the fights previously, 5ManMidas could actually afford to focus on her, but now she's just really one of the threats while they're trying in vain to dodge out the enormous Flak Cannon range of this Gyrocopter.
So, with 1 to 2, 3 heroes defending 5ManMidas' base, but it's exactly the heroes they need for the space defense. The PL, the Mars, Lion to back up if they need to get their people out of there. PL being king. There's the Hex. There's in the stun to their Force Staff, pushing him to the high ground. He's still silenced up and in trouble. But that Orchid doesn't quite finish off the job. He's down to 700 HP by the time it ticks. EL gets to walk all the way back to the fountain. Now he's going to be making his way back to the lane to defend. Black Cannon being popped. 5 more hits coming in from the Gyrocopter. Bloodlust, Alacrity. He's shooting a machine gun at this point.
Absolutely insane. And we don't even have the Ogre Shard on him yet, so... This man can still get bigger just from the help of his team.
Imagine if he got... Imagine if this Gyro actually went for a Daedalus or something like that.
Well, he is going to go there next. But I think the Mjolnir is definitely the correct option here in dealing with all of the Phantom Lancer army, and especially in helping out at least one of his other cores. Pointed out to me just now, by the way, that with the 20% evasion plus the 30% evasion of the Butterfly and the Trickster Cloak, he's actually got half of all hits evaded right now. And this PL is not going to build an MKB anytime soon. He's working on Octarine right now, just in order to keep the spam from that Spirit Lands going.
So it's still about the PL trying to kill the team so that his
Yeah.
team lives, for them to focus on the gyrocopter, while Gyro is 48% evasion and is going to be targeted by something else than just right clicks.
Yeah. I mean, normally this is what you do
Solid.
with something like a Medusa, right? You just ignore her and leave it for the end of the fight, because she's not going to be moving much. But he's dealing so much bloody damage.
Brood is also picking up an assault cuirass, so if Brood is around the flat cannon targets, with
yeah.
Gyrocopter soon having a Daedalus plus Divine Rapier,
Ooh.
he will kill. If he hasn't killed already. He will kill you again. And again.
Just to be sure.
This is no longer a question of don't kick them when they're down. You're gonna stomp them 6 feet under.
Exactly. I mean, KBO's already done stuffing them in the trash bin. Now they're just giving them wedgies. But it's so hard to counterplay this because they have such a specific amount of actions they need to do. I'm not going to get the time, but the Weaver needs to die.
Oh, Ray's gonna
The
be
Weaver
the
doesn't
one
die.
in front. That's a quick clockwork kill coming in, little boy. He wipes out the spiders, BKBs popped all over. They're going to focus onto the clockwork. Meanwhile, the Voice Spirit also being hexed up at the same time with the Hex Stick will be used, but he does get to assimilate out in time. And look at that ulti coming in from Millibar as well. They're trying to keep this RL Voice Spirit alive. He's got 400 HP, and the Gyrocopter is just massive in size, in damage. And look at that. There's so many projectiles flying out in every direction. And 5ManMidas, they're on the retreat for now. Dead, though, he is taking finally some damage from Lies and being all alone. The Weaver coming in for the ulti, keeping the Gyro alive for a bit longer. He's popped the Satanic too. And now Ebola coming in with another Hex, and this just might be doing the trick. The Sunstrike's going to be on top as well. It's not going to be connected to do anything. Gyrocopter is just dropping low, and he's going to be taken down by Lies. And 5ManMidas has finally taken down the Gyro, and now hunting onto the rest of it. They've chasing down Warden. He's the one carrying the gem as well, but he's going to be lost as Lies takes that one too. And 5ManMidas, it's been such a long time since they've actually crossed the river. And right now, looks like they're splitting the ocean with this victory in this team fight.
Is under attack.
That was absolutely incredible. In the middle of that fight, the Mars actually turns his bulwark on to take a ton of the projectiles from the Gyrocopter, saving his supports. Going to go back in here. Look at that toggle coming in soon. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that right there is just
There.
The middle
nuts.
tower is under attack.
That's
Clock
just
gets
a
to live.
massive amount of damage that just gets flown out in every direction. There's Gyrocopter down. Here comes in for one save, but it's not enough.
It's not, and that's the incredible part to me here, that they actually, with the support still being alive here, they actually get to move that clockwork back in, get to disrupt that fight again, get to keep RRL alive. I don't know how that man was still alive, but he was right there.
Shouldn't have.
No.
Radiant's middle tower is under
RRL was
attack.
not destined to live in that fight. One thing I did notice was when they were about to kill the Gyrocopter, iAnnihilate with his Tornado missed every hero. So if that connected, that might have changed something in that team fight, but that's an if. Didn't happen. 5ManMidas took it, and they are in Roach. They will get not only just a second Roach, but apparently the third too. Are they though? Ray needs to pop the cogs soon. He's got traffic incoming. Roach is down to 1,000 HP. Brood is going to be tanking for the hits for now. Tornado into the Roach pit. And there we go. Lies will take it up, but the BKB will be used by the Brood Brother. He's stolen the cheese. He has stolen the cheese. And Thana onto the high ground. He's going to be forced onto the cliff as well. But the PL will be continuing to chase for more. Dad throwing in the Black Cannon this time. Might be doing a lot more work than the last one. Sunstrike's going to be missing with the Eels coming up with the Void Spirit, keeping him alive for just a bit longer again. He's got 150 HP, but he's not going to be living through this one. No, he's not going to. KBU has taken everybody down. They've killed so many from 5ManMidas, and it's just down to Lies with that, but he's just working so hard on this one. He needs to get more kills in the PL, but it's a desperate fight for it. 1 versus 4, and he runs out of firepower, but it's to round number 2 as the PL will be returning to the brawl. He knows he's not going to be running anywhere, so he's going to have to take it all the way. Tries to go for the illusion bait into the river, but they found the right one, and they know exactly where he is. He's going to get stunned up again, and the PL has been taken down completely with the day. Now, Gyrocopter, they're looking to finish this game for KBU.
Absolutely.
PL buying back. Mars buying back.
Yeah. And PL refusing there to actually put the Aghanim Scepter into his inventory. Did want to leave that one for one of his compatriots. I don't even know who he's going to
Dire's middle
be giving it to.
barracks are under attack.
I don't have any words in it point to consider what still be done here, because
Dire's bottom tower
that is going to be pushing this bot lane. The tier 3 tower is going to be fallen. Invoker is right nearby. He's waiting inside that invis. Waiting for that one move. Lion is up. Clockwork is up. Boyd's going to be up in 16. The Hex does fly onto PL, but just to keep him away, there's the Spear. Does connect him to the Gyrocopter. Lies going in with the hook. Shot's going to be connecting as well. They got another Hex coming in from Volovich. Got the finger. Does he want to use it? Does he get to use it at all? They will be trying to look for it. They found it finally. And the Gyro down to 100 HP. The Satanic BKB is not going to save him. Dead is down. Theta's fallen. And KBU, they cannot close it out. Gyro's
That's what
gone
they
for
saved the
90
Aghanims for.
seconds.
No, that's what they saved the Aghanims for. They gave it to Raid. And they got
gave
2
it to
hook shots
Raid.
off in that fight. And they killed the Gyrocopter.
Ill-gotten gains.
That's just how it is sometimes, is it? This is still the Roche fight. That was some time ago, but still, such a massive victory for KBU when they were able to basically destroy everyone from 5ManMidas, get the Aegis, and kill the PL right after, and then this happens. Invoker's so ready for this. They go for the initial Hex. Little boy gets the Spear. There's hookshot number 1, and then following up for another. He's prepared for it. They've got the Hexes. There's a second hookshot coming in, and looking for the finger. Finally gets it up, and look, he gets his BKB and Satanic up now, but he dies at the same time.
Radiant's
Doesn't
middle tower is
change
under
a
attack.
damn thing.
Oh, if he gets that Satanic off during the stun duration, I don't think they actually get him there. I think he regions back up from the Aghanims. It was so close.
Radiant's middle tower
Mid
has
tier 3
fallen.
down, a 5ManMidas just might be doing it. They are considering going for tier 4s.
Are under attack.
It's definitely a thought. It's not an act yet. It is still a thought at this level. They're backing away.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
Got the
they don't
melee
have
rank
the
to
time.
back out.
The Bola spam here, that extra miss chance, incredible versus the PL, who's once again going to have to back off from actually hitting anybody. It probably needs an MKB. This maybe.
That is, yeah, 80% miss chance, no MKB. Does PL still want to think about that MKB? Right now, there doesn't seem to be room for it. Hey, there's a casual Witchbane found on the ground. Might as well grab it. Not this Gyrocopter currently. He's going for Scotty next, so he has trashed his thoughts of the Rapier. Might be building it into it later on. Level 28. Closer to that
monster.
level 30 talent too. That's a lot of spiders walking down mid, but they're all going to be walking into the same creep wave, the same illusions, and eventually Little Boy. Your shard, burn them. Burn them before they lay eggs.
I think it's too late.
48 minutes. We've been watching this brawl between KBU and 5ManMidas. It has been a lead for KBU from the start to finish, you could almost say. Start to at least this point. It hasn't changed. Just the dialogue in between. 5ManMidas smoking up under enemy vision.
Might still get a
With the
Weaver though.
silent, and they might just get this one. They do. This is not the time to be sleepy, and at the same moment the smoke pops, Void knows exactly where the where the Weaver is going to be. That's an important kill. Arcane Rune in the river. Ray looking for that hook shot, misses. Goes all the way in, pops his jetpack. They've got another one, that's Dana. Weaver's going to be having to buy back into this one. He's TPing into the tier 2 tower. Ogre's going to be gone. 5 versus 4 permanently to the end. The Invoker's going to be
Annihilate's
controlled over the
right
heck. Annihilate, he's not going to be able to get anything. He's just gone. Doesn't even get to get the BKB off at all. And now another one. Sunlight's going to be the next to drop. And 5ManMidas just wrecking them apart. 3 gone. And now might be able to land in and throw in the final punch against KDU. It's just 2 heroes. It's almost 3 heroes with that buyback now coming back up in the Broodmother.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Kips, this might be it.
This might be it. All this time with Mater stands around the gyrocopter, they fight once without the gyro and get shredded by this PL.
Even with the Silken Bolas, tries to slow down the push from this PL, but it's not gonna be enough, at least for now. They need 30 seconds. Gyro remnanted up. RRL holding in the back there, keeping a safe distance. Little boy, he's on the low ground. He's keeping a long social distancing point here. He doesn't want to catch anything this gyrocopter is flinging at them. Onto the tier 4 tower. The first one to fall. Lies going to be taking that one down in just a matter of seconds. He's got it. The second one now. 35 seconds for the Invoker to come back up, and this is crucial that the gyrocopter is going to be able to keep the PL away. They're not building. They're not focusing on anything else right now. By the looks of it, they're going to have to back out as well, so a successful defense for KDU. Knowing that there's still tier 2 towers and even tier 1 towers up, they cannot go for Megas or another lane of racks. They even have creeps inside 5ManMidas' base, forcing them back. Game goes on. It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
It is somehow not over yet. I mean, most of that is the mischance, right? From the Broodmother. And PL needs to keep on spamming his doppelganger in order to purge that off, refresh. Does not get to deal enough building damage as a result.
Invoker needs to stay alive. He popped his refresher again to no avail. Jetpack Ray flies onto the high ground. He finds the Broodmother. Aina. Invoker is just getting pummeled from every direction. Meanwhile, the gyrocopter is going to be pinned as well into the tree, but look at Lies, look at RRL, they're chasing the back Lies. Aina goes in, he's got himself the BKB, the save is there as well from the Weaver. Gab is now in the middle of all of these. It's just trying to get as much damage out right now as he can. Paulo going to be silenced up as well. The Alliance going to be moved away and taken down. Paulo coming up with the buyback as well. They're going to try and control the gyro onto the walls of this arena. Are they going to be able to take him down? Because he's down to 400. He's got no heals remaining, and the gyro's going to be gone. Iron Island's going to be the next one to fall as well. And 5ManMidas are barely losing anything at this point. They've only lost Paulo, who bought back into this one, and now with Sunlight being chased up too, Rise is going to be taking another one. And that should be it, Kips. We've said this like 5 times. But right now, this one looks to be the final nail on the coffin. 5ManMidas rushing straight through the mid lane towards the tier 4 towers, towards the Ancient, with no gyro, with no Brood, with no Invoker. Eyes and RRL leading the front to get rid of these last buildings and secure the first victory. Midas, what a battle it has been, but they prevail in the end.
And most of that fight is just made possible by Ray and Little Boy on the sidelines, keeping the gyro occupied. There's a GG. They isolated him away from his team, killed off the rest, forced all of these abilities out of KDU, so that Lies could clean up